The Duchess and the Deserter. Chapter 2. Smoke and Secrets. The front doors exploded inward. Wood splintered across polished marble. A servant screamed. Someone shouted for guards. Then came another gunshot. Closer. Louder. Lady Seraphina stumbled backward as smoke drifted through the entrance hall. Masked riders flooded inside. Not soldiers. Raiders. Dark coats. Mud-covered boots. Faces hidden beneath cloth. One of them raised a pistol. Down. Strong fingers closed around Seraphina's wrist. Before she could protest, Elias Vale pulled her behind a stone pillar just as the shot rang out. Glass shattered overhead. Her pulse slammed violently against her ribs. "What are you doing?" she whispered breathlessly. "Keeping you alive." The words came fast, calm, certain, too certain, as if chaos belonged to him. Across the room, Lord Edwin barked orders, sword drawn. "Seal the southern hall. Nobody leaves." Her father stood frozen beside the fireplace, face pale as ash. Then, a raider shouted, "Find the documents." Documents. Seraphina's breath caught. Another scream echoed upstairs. The manor had become war. Elias looked toward the corridor. Something unreadable crossed his face. "My lady," he said quietly, "you have to trust me." She almost laughed. Trust him, a stable hand she barely knew. "You are beneath my father's employment," she snapped softly. "Not my protector." His jaw tightened. Another shot rang out. Stone cracked beside her head. She gasped. Without warning, Elias moved, stepping between her and danger. Too fast, too practiced, not servant-like at all. His hand found hers again. "Argue later." He pulled her into the corridor. Servants rushed past sobbing. Smoke thickened overhead. The manor she had grown up in suddenly felt unfamiliar. Smaller, dangerous. Behind them Lord Edwin shouted something she couldn't hear. Then, a crash. Her father's voice. Sharp, angry, and afraid. "Seraphina." She turned instinctively. Elias stopped her. "No." Her chest tightened. "My father. If you go back," Elias said quietly, "you die." The certainty in his tone unsettled her. How could he know that? They hurried through servant passages lit only by candlelight. Thunder shook the manor walls. Outside, rain began hammering against stone. Seraphina struggled to keep pace. Her silk skirts dragged through dirt. "You're hurting me," she hissed. Immediately his grip loosened. A strange expression crossed his face. Almost guilt. "Sorry." The apology startled her. Most men of the estate barked orders at servants. Yet this servant apologized to her. No, not servant. Something felt wrong. Different. She noticed it now. The way he moved. Straight-backed. Watchful. Controlled. Even the way he scanned corners felt military. Who exactly was Elias Vale? Another explosion shook the walls. Dust rained from the ceiling. He cursed under his breath and shoved open a narrow hidden door. Cold rain hit her face. The stables, or what remained of them. Smoke curled into the stormy sky. 2 horses stood saddled, waiting, already waiting. Seraphina stared. "You prepared this." His silence answered everything. Fear curled inside her. "You knew this would happen." Lightning flashed. For one brief second she saw exhaustion in his face. And regret. "No," he said quietly. "But I suspected." Her stomach dropped. "You knew danger was coming and said nothing." His expression hardened. "I'm trying to save your life." Rain soaked through her gown. Behind him the manor glowed with firelight. Her home, burning. Then voices shouted nearby. Searching. Elias stepped closer instinctively. Too close. Close enough for her to notice rain caught on dark lashes. Close enough to feel warmth beneath soaked fabric. "You need to decide," he said, voice low. "Now." His hand hovered near her waist as though afraid she'd run. Or fall. For one impossible second, despite smoke and terror, her breath caught. Because his eyes, they weren't servant eyes. Not obedient. Not fearful. They held secrets. Danger. And something strangely protective. Then came the sound that shattered the moment. A voice cutting through rain. Cold. Familiar. "Search the grounds, Lord Edwin." Serafina turned sharply. He stood near the manor entrance, sword drawn, rain dripping from black uniform shoulders. His gaze moved, and stopped, on Elias. Something dark crossed his expression. Recognition, not confusion. Recognition. Then Lord Edwin said words that turned Serafina's blood cold. You. A pause. Then, deadly calm. I thought we killed you.